The Three Diamonds. By Matthew Keller. Chapter 8. Marie.
Hey everybody, this is Marie.
Rose stated proudly.
She's my friend from France.
Looking at Marie, she added softly,
Come on, I'll introduce you to everybody.
Rose took Marie's hand and led her along the edge of the swimming pool towards the girls, surrounding Emily.
Marie, these are my friends, Susan, Sherry, Monica, Jade, Heather, and Emily.
Hello, it is very nice to meet each of you.
Marie stated with stilted, broken English. All the girls greeted Marie with genuine highs and invitations to join their exclusive group. Emily and Marie looked at each other, and both smiled. Marie's presence was a moment of significance within the group and all around the pool. Standing 6 feet tall, Marie was impossible to miss. Her height above the other girls would have been noticed from outer space. She had long dark brown hair with a face that betrayed her childlike innocence and vulnerability. Her eyes were brown like fine dark cocoa. With long natural lashes, they highlighted those eyes with the heart-stopping beauty of an eternal sunset. Marie wore a flesh-toned pink bikini. From a distance, it appeared that she was actually nude. It produced an effect of admiration and awe from everyone present. Perfectly fit to her body, it left no questions regarding her shape. Marie's body had no limits, she presented it with class and appreciated sexiness. Her visible demeanor revealed a young woman presenting herself in an arena of skin with surprising timidity and femininity.
Sit here, Marie,
Emily stated very cordially. The invitation immediately set the other girls into motion. In a flurry of near comedic action, they gathered their things and began rearranging places and seats. Marie had received the key seal of approval and a place to sit was made for her, next to Emily. Sitting in her newly attained pool chair, she smiled, surprised at the warm reception.
So, where are you from in France, Marie?
Josie asked, attempting to make conversation.
I am from Caen.
Marie replied.
Marie is here as an exchange student for a year.
Rose added.
She's attending St. Louis University in the fall.
Yes, I am looking to an business degree.
Marie confirmed. All of the girls nodded in approval and smiled.
So what do you want to do, business-wise?
Susan inquired.
I wish to be manager of the hotel.
Well, if you study as good as you look, you'll graduate at the top of your class.
Susan stated with unusual sincerity. The other girls agreed with many nods, and each smiled. The group of young women liked Marie, and that opinion was well deserved. Marie blushed slightly and gave the appearance of a flower shrinking in on itself.
Thank you all very much,
she said softly. The other girls then inundated Marie with questions and queries about life in France and the boys there. Each attempted to communicate with her in French with awful effect. The result was confused looks from Marie mixed with polite smiles, as the American girl's French language skills, on the whole, was terrible. Marie's broken English was far superior to their French abilities. But she politely responded to their questions and comments as best she could. Across the pool, another group of girls who were also friends of Emily had heard the conversation and gradually gravitated towards the swarm surrounding Marie. Penny, one of the girls, stepped forward and said,
Bonjour, je suis Penny. Vous êtes Marie.
With relief in her eyes, Marie looked up to Penny and replied,
Oui, tu parles français?
Oui, oui. C'est un plaisir de vous rencontrer, Marie.
Et pour moi aussi, Penny.
Marie's eyes welled with moisture. She smiled sweetly and melted all the girls' hearts around her. It was a relief for her to communicate with someone who spoke her language fluently.
Ah.
Several uttered as they smiled in unison and laughed.
Don't let these girls corrupt you, Marie. Most of them never had a mother.
Penny added with a sly grin. Marie looked stunned, then giggled once she understood Penny's sarcastic comment. Across the pool, the entrance door opened, and Tanya, several other girls, and one boy walked out onto the green pool area carpet. Seeing the girls gathered across from her, Tanya walked toward the beehive of activity with a broad smile. She had no idea of the storm that was about to break. Once she was spotted, the happy mood of the party instantly diminished.
Hi everybody. How's the party going?
Tanya asked.
Nothing special.
Susan replied shortly.
Nope. Just talking.
Josie added. An air of unwelcome descended over the girls, which was palpable. Every one of the girls avoided eye contact with Tanya. Except for Emily, who stared at her without a blink.
Hello, I am Marie.
Eyes that had previously been focused anywhere other than towards Tanya were now large as saucers, with several mouths opened in regretful surprise. Josie bit her lip.
I'm Tanya, Emily's roommate.
It is nice to meet you, Tanya.
Marie offered politely. Marie could sense that something was amiss. Despite this, she attempted to maintain her politeness.
I am new in America. I come from France. Are you also from Saint Louis?
Tanya felt the hostile environment from the other girls directed at her. Emily's unrelenting stare made Tanya's heart leap into her throat. Despite an overwhelming weakness in her knees and her voice shaking, she replied,
No. I'm from Chicago.
Tanya's voice was barely a whisper, her mouth dry from fright. She was startled by this unexpected scene, and her body visibly trembled. Without a word, Emily stood and walked towards the exit.
Are you coming back, Em?
Susan asked. Emily did not reply. Susan and Josie looked at each other, then stood and followed after her. As she approached the exit, Emily stopped at the lifeguard station, where Rose had returned to her seat. They briefly exchanged words while Susan and Josie listened. Several times they looked in the direction of Tanya. No one was smiling. Tanya couldn't hear most of what they discussed but did hear Rose say,
There's nothing I can do about that. She has as much right to be up here as anyone else.
Tanya, feeling very unwelcome and with towel and bag in hand, walked to the opposite side of the pool from where Emily's group was and sat on a pool chair all alone. She stared at the pool's water with pain on her face and confusion in her eyes. The pool's entrance door then opened, and Michael, Martin, and 6 other boys entered with a boisterousness that only young men with healthy levels of testosterone and beer could demonstrate. Seeing his twin sister, Martin asked Emily what was going on, but she did not answer. She left abruptly with Susan and Josie close on her heels. Marie's puzzled face revealed her complete confusion regarding what had just happened.
Don't worry about it, honey.
Penny said to her.
I'll explain it to you later.